Welcome to Journey to Queendom. This is your season of reign, a season of shedding survival, releasing fear, and stepping into the woman who God called you to be. You weren't created just to endure life, you were created to reign in it. Let's begin. Hey, everybody, welcome back to Journey to Queendom. I'm so happy that you are here with me for our final episode in season 2. I sure hope you have enjoyed this season and the season before that, like I have. I've been hearing from some of you, and you seem to be. So hopefully we'll be back for season 3 if the Lord says the same. Okay, let's get into this episode, shall we? Now, I'm just gonna be real, okay? I think I start every episode the same way. Let me just be honest, okay? This question rocked me. And the question is, can I allow myself to be held? Can you? Most of you will probably say yeah. And I would say yeah too. But there's something that I've realized lately. Towards the end of the day, I like to end my day with a nice glass of red wine. Those of you who know me know that I'm a red wine girly. I love red wine. Merlot, it doesn't matter. Red is good for me. The drier, the better. But what I really am looking for when I have my glass of wine at the end of the day, it's not actually the wine, although I love it, but it's more so the exhale. I want the signal that says I can stop now. I don't have to carry anything else. I don't have to keep going. I can rest. And I had to be honest with myself, okay, because this is what we do over here. For a long time, and more recently, and this has happened to me before, and I made the adjustment. But I find myself here again with wine becoming a part of my ritual, my nightly ritual. And oftentimes when I do things too much, I'm like, okay, is this an occasional thing or is this an everyday thing? And with substance, I like to kind of keep my eye on it because, we don't want to be around here in trouble. Okay. So I like to keep my eye out on it. And I'm asking myself, is this a part of a ritual that is serving me or bringing me joy? What is it really doing? And I'm asking not because I was out of control and not because, of course, I don't enjoy it. It's just because I started noticing something, right? And this is not rocket science. Wine helps your body be sedated, but it doesn't actually help you rest. Right. What I find with me, and some of you may also identify with this, is that I can fall asleep quickly when I have a glass of wine. I mean, boom, I'm done. I'm asleep. But what I notice is I don't stay asleep. I'm not truly resting. My body is sedated, but I'm not really getting that restful sleep throughout the night. And if I'm honest, most days when I wake up, I don't really feel that rested or restored. And so then this realization opened up a much deeper question for me. And it's like, what am I actually reaching for at the end of the day? What is it? Because I think, for me, I'm a person who leads, who creates, who cares for others, who carries the vision, who parents, teaches, directs, pours all day long. And I'm not just physically tired, but I'm emotionally tired. And I'm also emotionally unsupported. There's the difference. For those of us who are used to being the strong one, the dependable one, the safe place for other people, the leader, the one who holds everybody else together, the one who doesn't complain, the one who doesn't ask for what they really need, we don't even realize how deeply our nervous system is craving to be held. Which brings me back to my original question. Can I allow myself to be held at the end of the evening instead of self soothing at the end of the evening? Instead of giving myself permission at this time with this thing to be supported emotionally? And that's a very different question. Wow. But before this, I would have said immediately no. Immediately no. Because I don't want to be fixed. I don't want to be managed. I don't want to be treated like a toddler and rocked and patted on the back. Right. But that's really saying I didn't want to be held. But when I think about it, when I think about what it is that I need, and of course, my awareness is so much broader now than it used to be because I'm allowing myself to just ask these questions, to just sit with these questions in the presence of the Lord and allow the Lord to really download into my spirit and into my heart. Why haven't I given myself permission to be held emotionally? Of course, because I have not been introduced. I won't say I haven't been introduced because I have now, but I haven't been used to a safe environment where that is accepted, warranted, encouraged, and not taken advantage of. The experience of me remaining emotionally safe while still fully being seen in my power, in my strength. The experience of someone, or even God Himself, communicating, you do not have to perform right now. You do not have to earn rest. You do not have to prove your value tonight. You can stop striving. You can just simply be here and be poured into without having done something to deserve it. Or by you receiving it, it has to mean that you failed in some way. Ooh, child. That hit me. Because I realize how often my nervous system still lives in that space of performance, striving. Because even in the quiet, even in the rest, even in my own home, my body is still scanning, scanning for all the places that I am less than, scanning the faces of the people, making sure I'm pleasing them, that I'm doing enough, that I'm approved. And I'm still doing it. From time to time, my survival instincts still stand up strong. But that's what survival mode does to you. It constantly asks you, what's next? What needs fixing? What's about to go wrong? Who needs me? What am I forgetting? How do I stay ahead? How do I protect myself? The truth is, survival mode can make rest feel unsafe. Because when you've lived in a place of hypervigilance, slowing down can absolutely feel unfamiliar. And when you are now trying to retrain your nervous system to slow down, that unfamiliar territory will start to feel wrong. It can send you almost in a panic because that's not your norm. The other idea here is that what I have been used to before, when my body gave me an indication that I needed rest or I needed to stop or I felt overwhelmed, the survival mode coping mechanism told me to numb, to scroll, to overthink, don't be productive, right? Just sit and rot, to check out, to withdraw. And so I started thinking, I need to learn how to rest without numbing, without scrolling, without overthinking, without productivity, without wine, without distraction. And I'm not saying anything about wine because trust and believe wine is still going to be a part of my life. But when I am to retreat at the end of the evening, it is not doing what I thought it was doing. At the end of the evening, I want to decompress, I want to rest. And wine, aesthetically, momentarily serves that purpose. But in actuality, it does not do that. So I have to rethink this system. Rest requires trust. And so I ask myself, can I trust that I don't have to hold everything together every moment of the day? Can I trust that I can find rest, true rejuvenation at the end of the evening without a sedation substance? And the answer is yes, of course. I've done it before. Of course, absolutely. Can I trust God enough to unclench? Can I let myself be cared for, supported, loved, covered? Can I let myself be held emotionally? Now, that is the question that has been stabbing me because it isn't the wine, but it's the replacing of the wine with being held emotionally. Oof. Yeah, I can hang the wine up. That's no problem. But can I allow myself to be held at the end of the evening and decompress in the arms of my husband? That much trust, that much vulnerability, that much nothingness. I realize I don't need to just remove the ritual. I need to replace what the ritual was doing for me. And if I'm honest, the wine wasn't just about the drink. It represented permission to soften, permission to stop, permission to transition out of responsibility. And so now, as I leave you for this season, the challenge that will catapult us into our next chapter will be learning how to create new rituals that communicate safety to my body, letting my body exhale instead of brace. And, that may look like a lot of different things, but honestly, what it looks like for me won't necessarily be the same for you. I mean, I got ideas of what I believe those things look like, but my challenge for you is for you to get quiet and you to get alone with your maker and say, what will it take for me to communicate to my body that is safe? And it's going to be unfamiliar. before it feels normal. Because I'm telling you, my body starts to freak out when I am resting too much. It's like, girl, what are you doing? You have got to get up. You have got to be productive. You have got to do, you have got to go, because my body has spent so many years preparing for impact. But I no longer want exhaustion to be my normal state. I don't want to survive that way. I don't even want survival to be my identity anymore. I no longer want to confuse being needed with being emotionally nourished. I want to be emotionally nourished. And for me, I have got to replace my nighttime ritual for one that involves another human being. And there's a difference between being admired and being held. And if I'm honest, I think many of us are starving emotionally while we appear to be incredibly successfully efficient, you know? So I just want to ask you, when was the last time you felt emotionally safe enough to fully exhale? That's the kind of rest I want at the end of the night. Just to exhale, learning how to receive love without earning it, learning how to stop scanning for danger, learning how to believe that my softness isn't weakness, relearning, adjusting. I want to fully lean into the intimacy of it. I know that. But I also know that my body is going to freak out. I mean, my heart is already palpitating, you know, but it doesn't have to be polished. It doesn't have to be performative. It has to be authentic. And the real journey may just be learning how to rest in love, rest in God's love for me, letting that resonate in my body and land in my mind and heart, resting in the love of my husband fully and completely without shooing it away, rest in the love of my children, my community, and the love that resides in me that I give so freely to other people. But don't spend time thinking for myself. I believe for a long time that queendom meant carrying everything well with grace and dignity. But what I've come to realize is that real queendom is knowing when to finally put something down. Real queendom is trusting that I can be held as well. Listen, friends, you don't have to survive your way through life forever. I'll see you next season. Thank you so much for being here on Journey to Queendom. This is your season. Every step you take toward healing, truth, and courage is a step into who you were meant to be. Stand tall, walk boldly. Your reign starts now. This podcast was brought to you by Artists at Play, nurturing the artist within.